Hello, pembelajar online, whom I love wherever you are. So today, we would like to talk and discuss about difficulties in communication. But before that, please subscribe, like, share, and also comment my YouTube channels. My name is Dadang Prasetyo Jatmiko. I'm a PhD graduate from Cardiff Metropolitan University in the UK, and I'm also an expert in financial area. Please stay tuned. We'll right back after this moment. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will begin our discussion for today. Actually, there are several major difficulties in communication. There are many difficulties usually experienced by communicators. First, ensuring that the receiver meaning affect receiver behavior in the desired way. Second, achieving accuracy in communicating the message. And third, ensuring that the message convey the desired meaning. Then there are common problems in two-way communicators. To be effective, communication process needs to be two ways, but the more details the process is, the more are likely difficulties. There are some of the common problems related to ways communications. First, no perceived benefit to the audience. Noise, outside disturbance, hard to hold attention. Then variation of listening skill, cultural differences, complexity of subject matters, time restraints, real or perceived, then personal biases, hostility or both, responding to difficult questions, and sidestepping sensitive issues. Then we go to barriers of communication. In communication, as a psychosemantic process, the word's barriers implies mainly something non-physical that keeps people apart or prevents activities, movement, and so on. For example, social or ethnic or language barrier or lack confidence. Thus, negative forces may affect the effectiveness of communication by acting upon any or all of basic element of communication act or process at the sender, receiver, or channels. The commonly experienced barriers to communication are noise, lack of planning, wrong or unclarified assumption, semantic problem, cultural barrier, socio-psychological barriers, emotion, selective perception, filtering, information overload, loss by transmission, poor retention, poor listening, goal conflicts, offense style, time and distance, abstracting, slanting, and inferring. And broadly speaking, some of these barriers can be attributed to the sender and the receiver. To the sender, there are lack of planning, vagueness about the purpose of communication, objective to be achieved, choice or wrong language resulting in badly encoded message, unshared and unclarified assumptions, different perspective of reality, and wrong choice to the channels. And to the receiver, there are several things. First is poor listening, inattention, mistrust, lack of interest, premature evaluation, semantic difficulties, bias, different perception or reality, lack of trust, attitudinal clash with sender, not in a fit physical state. A common barrier for the sender and the receiver can be created by the absence of a common frame or reference, affecting the smooth interpretation of thoughts, feelings, and attitudes from the sender to the receiver in a specific social situation. A dimension well of divine social context in which communication takes place help both the sender and receiver to perceive the context of the communication in a similar way, as far as possible with similar implication and meaning. The physical noise and other faults in the surrounding and the instrument of transmission of message related mainly to the channels, but they may distort the overall meaning of the total message to be communicated. Many of the barriers listed above are easy to understand, but a few of them may still need further explanation. Wrong and unclarified assumption. All communicators from one person to another are made under some assumptions, which are never communicated to the person about whom they are made. This assumption may turn out to be wrong and cause communication failure. For instance, we often assume that others see the situation as we do, should feel about the situation as we do, think about matter as we do, and understand the message as we understand on it. All such assumptions may be incorrect, therefore, one should try to verify them whenever possible. That would help the communication to be effective. And then we talk about social and psychological barriers. Status. Consciousness of one's status affects the two-way flow in communication. It gives rise to person barrier caused by the superior or subordinate relationship. A two-way vertical channel is present in every organization, yet few subordinates choose to communicate with their superior. Similarly, superior may be unwilling to directly listen or write to their subordinates. They would seldom accept if they were wrong. Thought organizations are culturally changing and adapting flat structure. The psychological distance between the superior and the subordinate persists. Perception and reality. The most important aspect of human communication is the fact that it takes place in the world of reality, which surrounding us. This would act as our sensory environment which are engaged in the process of communicating. Our sense organs remaining stimulated by the sign or object, sensation or smell, taste, sound, form, and color or feeling. So that's all things that I can summarize and send to you today. I hope you can receive what I sent to you and it will be beneficiary for us. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.